The 10 most wanted lost objects in the world. Number 10. The vanished Irish crown jewels. In 1907, just before a visit from King Edward VII, Dublin Castle was the scene of a bold and baffling theft. The Irish crown jewels, a priceless set of regalia, including a diamond-encrusted star and a ruby and diamond brooch, disappeared from a heavily guarded library. Despite intense investigations involving Scotland Yard and generating all sorts of theories, from a simple robbery to a political conspiracy, the jewels were never recovered. The thief and their method remain a complete mystery. The case is one of the greatest unsolved enigmas in Irish history. The jewels not only had an astronomical monetary value, but they also represented the Order of St. Patrick. The lack of a ransom demand and the total absence of the gems on the black market suggest they may have been dismantled and sold separately, or perhaps they were hidden so well that they lie forgotten in some corner of the world, waiting to be rediscovered and bring one of the strangest chapters of the 20th century back to life. Number 9. The lost panel of the Gent Alterpiece. Considered one of the masterpieces of European art, the Gent Alterpiece, painted by the Van Eyck brothers in the 15th century, has had a turbulent history, surviving fires, riots, and thefts. However, one of its parts is still missing. In 1934, the panel known as the Just Judges was stolen from St. Bavo's Cathedral in Ghent, Belgium. Shortly after, the bishop received a series of ransom notes, but negotiations stalled, and the thief, a stockbroker named Austin Godetier, died, taking the secret of its location to his grave. On his deathbed, Godetier declared that only he knew where the panel was and that the secret was too dangerous to reveal. Despite decades of exhaustive searches, which have included excavations and the use of cutting-edge technology, the original panel has never been found. Today, a replica stands in its place on the altarpiece, serving as a constant reminder of this open wound in the art world, an enigma that combines greed, mystery, and a work of art that many long to see whole again. Number 8. The Florentine Diamond. This legendary pale yellow diamond, weighing 137.27 carats, is one of the most important and mysterious gems in history. Its origin is uncertain, but it is known to have belonged to the Medici, the powerful ruling family of Florence, and later passed into the hands of the Habsburgs in Austria. The Florentine was famous for its exceptional brilliance and its complex 126 facet double rose cut. It was last seen in the possession of the Austrian Imperial family just before their exile after World War I. After the fall of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the family went into exile and took the diamond with them. It is believed to have been stolen sometime in the 1920s by a person close to the family, and from there, its trail vanishes completely. Some speculate it was taken to America and recut to hide its identity, transformed into several smaller stones and losing its historic form forever. The fate of the Florentine diamond is a mystery that haunts gemologists and historians alike. Number 7. The sunken treasure of the Flor de Lamar. In 1511, the Flor de Lamar, flower of the sea, a Portuguese carrack and one of the largest ships of its time, sank off the coast of Sumatra during a violent storm. It was no ordinary ship. It was returning to Portugal after the conquest of Malacca and was carrying a legendary treasure. Its cargo is said to have included more than 60 tons of gold, chests filled with diamonds, rubies, and sapphires, as well as precious artifacts looted from the Sultan's palace. It is considered one of the most valuable lost treasures in maritime history. Despite numerous expeditions and searches over the centuries, the exact location of the wreck of the Flor de Lamar remains a mystery. The treacherous waters of the Strait of Malacca, with their strong currents and shifting seabed, have effectively concealed the wreck. The estimated value of the treasure today would exceed billions of dollars, making it the Holy Grail for modern treasure hunters, an unimaginable fortune lying somewhere beneath the waves, waiting to be found. Number 6. The Lost Dutchmans Gold Mine. In the heart of the Superstition Mountains in Arizona, USA, lies the legend of one of the most famous and deadliest gold mines in the world. The story goes that a German immigrant named Jacob Waltz, nicknamed the Dutchman, discovered an incredibly rich gold mine in the 19th century. Walsh took the secret of its location to his grave in 1891, leaving behind only a handful of cryptic clues and a legacy of mystery that has attracted thousands of fortune seekers. The search for the mine has become an obsession for many and has been marked by the disappearance and death of numerous explorers over the years. The terrain is unforgiving, and Apache legends speak of spirits that protect the sacred mountain. Despite fake maps, dubious clues, and real danger, the promise of a vein of pure gold continues to draw adventurers, convinced they will be the ones to finally solve the enigma of the lost Dutchman. Number 5. The 8 missing Imperial Fabergé eggs. Created by jeweler Peter Carl Fabergé for the Russian Imperial family between 1885 and 1917, the Fabergé eggs are the ultimate expression of luxury and craftsmanship. A total of 50 Imperial eggs were made as Easter gifts for the Tsarina. After the Russian Revolution and the fall of the Romanovs, many of these treasures were confiscated by the Bolsheviks and sold. However, of the 50 original eggs, the whereabouts of 8 of them remain a complete mystery. Each egg was a unique work of art containing a surprise inside. From miniature replicas of yachts to portraits of the Imperial family, the search for the lost eggs is one of the most fascinating treasure hunts in the art world, with pieces that could be hidden in private collections, forgotten in an attic, or even have been melted down. Each rediscovered egg, like the 3rd Imperial egg found at an American flea market in 2012, rekindles the hope that the other 7 may still appear, once again revealing the lost opulence of Imperial Russia. Number 4. The Ark of the Covenant. Few objects in human history are as laden with power, mystery, and religious significance as the Ark of the Covenant. According to the Bible, it was a chest of acacia wood overlaid with gold, containing the stone tablets with the 10 Commandments. It was the most sacred object of Judaism, a symbol of God's covenant with his people, and was said to possess supernatural power capable of destroying armies and bringing down walls. The Ark was kept in Solomon's temple in Jerusalem. The mystery begins in the year 587 BC, when the Babylonians sacked Jerusalem and destroyed the temple. In the detailed record of the loot they took, there is no mention of the Ark. It simply vanished from history. Theories about its whereabouts are countless. Some believe it was hidden by the priests before the invasion and remains hidden under the Temple Mount. Others suggest it was taken to Ethiopia, where their descendants claim to protect it in a church in Aksum. Its search has inspired archaeologists, theologians, and adventurers for centuries, making it the ultimate lost biblical artifact. Number 3. The Lost Tomb of Cleopatra and Mark Antony. The love and death story of Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of Egypt, and the Roman general Mark Antony is one of the most famous of antiquity. After their defeat by Octavian, they both chose to take their own lives rather than be captured and humiliated in Rome. The historian Plutarch wrote that Octavian allowed them to be buried together in a splendid and regal tomb that Cleopatra had begun to build near a temple of Isis. However, the exact location of this mausoleum was lost to time. For 2 millennia, the tomb has eluded historians and archaeologists. Searches have focused on the area around the ancient city of Taposiris Magna, about 50 kilometers from Alexandria, where tunnels and underground chambers have been found near a temple. The discovery of the tomb of Cleopatra and Mark Antony would not only be the most important archaeological find of the century, but it would also give us unprecedented insight into the life and death of one of the most powerful and influential women in history, a queen whose final resting place remains the greatest secret of ancient Egypt. Number 2. The Amber Room. Known as the 8th wonder of the world, the Amber Room was not a single object, but an entire room, a monumental work of art. Constructed in the 18th century, its walls were covered with over 6 tons of pure amber panels, backed with gold leaf and mirrors. Originally installed in Prussia, it was gifted to the Russian Tsar Peter the Great, becoming the pride of the Catherine Palace near St. Petersburg. It remained there for nearly 2 centuries, dazzling all who saw it. The mystery begins in World War II. In 1941, Nazi troops invaded the Soviet Union, dismantled the Amber Room in 36 hours, and moved it to Königsberg Castle in Germany. It was briefly exhibited there before the city was bombed by the Allies in 1944. From that moment, the Amber Room disappears completely. Some believe it was destroyed in the bombings, others that it was loaded onto a ship that sank in the Baltic Sea, and the most optimistic believe it was disassembled and hidden in a secret mine or bunker, still waiting to be discovered. Its value would be incalculable, an artistic treasure of legendary beauty, lost in the mists of war. Number 1. The Holy Grail. No lost object has captured the human imagination with such force and persistence as the Holy Grail. In Christian tradition, it is the cup or dish used by Jesus at the Last Supper, and later used by Joseph of Arimathea to collect his blood at the crucifixion. It is much more than a material treasure. It is a symbol of divinity, grace, knowledge, and eternal life. Its quest is the central theme of Arthurian legends and has inspired countless works of literature, art, and film for nearly 2 millennia. Unlike other objects on this list, the very existence of the Grail is a matter of faith and legend rather than concrete historical record. This only adds to its mystique. Countless churches and organizations have claimed to possess it, from the Chalice of Valencia in Spain to the Sacro Catino in Genoa, but none have been conclusively proven. The Grail represents the ultimate quest, not just for a physical artifact, but for a connection to the divine. It is the most sought-after lost object in the world because its discovery would not only solve a historical mystery, but, for many, would change the very understanding of faith and spirituality, making it the supreme enigma of humanity.
Thank you for watching our video. Subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Give it a like, comment your thoughts, and share this video with your friends and family.